Have you ever noticed how some people never panic, never overshare, never ask for help even when they probably should? They don't complain, they don't dramatize, they don't post about every emotional shift. They just handle it. Chances are you're looking at someone from Generation X, and psychologically, this generation is built differently. Let's break it down. Most Gen X kids grew up in a world that didn't revolve around them. Divorce rates were climbing. Both parents were working. Latchkey kids became normal, coming home to an empty house, making your own snack, doing homework alone, figuring things out. No constant supervision, no daily emotional processing, no "how did that make you feel" conversations. So what does a child do in that environment? They adopt. They become independent early. They learn self-regulation. They learn that if something goes wrong, you fix it. Psychologically, when support isn't immediately available, the brain wires itself for self-reliance. And over time, self-reliance turns into identity. I don't need help. I'll handle it. It's fine. But here's the deeper layer. When a child repeatedly manages stress alone, their nervous system learns that depending on others isn't necessary, or sometimes even safe. So Gen X adults often appear emotionally steady. They don't overreact. They don't crumble in chaos, because they've been calming themselves down since they were 10. But emotional control and emotional suppression can look very similar from the outside, and sometimes even to them. Now add the economic layer. Generation X entered adulthood during recessions, corporate downsizing, and massive job instability. They saw loyalty to companies go unrewarded. They saw pensions disappear. And they saw job security become a myth. So psychologically, they became skeptical. They don't automatically respect authority. They respect competence. They don't trust titles. They trust actions. And here's something no one talks about. Because Gen X isn't loud online, because they didn't grow up documenting their lives, because privacy is natural to them, they often get overlooked in cultural conversations. Millennials are burnt out. Gen Z is anxious. Boomers are traditional. Gen X, they're just there, quietly holding everything together. When you're the stable one, no one checks if you're tired. When you're low maintenance, people assume you don't need maintenance. And that's where it gets heavy. Because independence is powerful, but chronic self-sufficiency can slowly turn into isolation. So if you're Gen X and you relate to this, your calm isn't emotional absence. Your privacy isn't coldness. Your skepticism isn't negativity. It's adaptation. You learned early that the world doesn't pause for you. So you learned not to pause either. But here's the reframe. Strength doesn't mean silence. Independence doesn't mean isolation. And being capable doesn't mean you should carry everything alone. Even the generation that learned to survive quietly deserves to be supported loudly.